said you gon' be chill with it. I get to sticking on the minimum. You know I'm tryna see them physicals, yeah. I fuck with you cause you see principle. You ain't afraid of getting critical, yeah. I just need some money and some mission money is a...
Welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time, but your girl is gonna be back. You know, your girl's gonna be uploading so much videos that y'all gonna be like, wow, like everyday new video. This video is actually a talking video. I got tested for corona. Got tested for it. Now I don't have any symptoms, so what they are saying, or what I'm hearing, is that you actually can't get tested if you don't have symptoms. I was able to get tested, so let me tell you how the whole testing for me, why I got tested, and the experience. Because before this day I was like, hell no, everyone's saying it's nasty, everyone's saying it's this. I'm like, no, I don't even want to get tested. Like, so without further ado, let's get into the video. I work and I have to go into my workplace. Even in lockdown, my workplace was still open. Last Friday, we have neighbourhood officers that work in there as well with us, and they basically, their manager was in contact with someone that was tested positive for corona. So I'm coming back to work, and I'm coming to work in the morning. I'm hearing this, I'm like, you're telling me that your manager's been in contact with someone that's been tested positive, and the people that work in my workplace, the neighbourhood officers, have been in contact with that manager that's been in contact with someone with corona. To me, the logic is you should all self-isolate, because it's like passing it on. You're with someone that's had it, so then the manager needs to isolate, then whoever's been in contact with the manager should isolate. That's really how you're going to tackle it, if everyone just isolates. Don't know what's going on right now, you know, because, you know, we got this stupid lockdown that actually isn't a lockdown, but it, like, do you know what it is? It's like selective lockdown. Last lockdown I wasn't working, I was working from home. This lockdown, now I'm working from home. I wasn't working from home for the first week of it. So yeah, I'm hearing that and I'm like, I was talking to you guys, like me, like my team and the neighbourhoods team get on really well because we're all in the same building. Like, you know, you just make friends as you do. Cool. So day goes on, it's been reported to managers, and then we get an email saying false alarm. What does false alarm mean? Is it meaning that the person that's been positive isn't actually positive? Does it mean this whole thing was a lie? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, what does false alarm actually mean? We're like, okay, false alarm. Manager told us, so we've got to do it. Because, you know, in these workplaces, your manager tells you, you've got to do it. Like, you can't even argue. And the thing is, it wasn't my manager, it was my manager's manager, so she's higher. Can you hear? They want to have a meeting now. Busy making a video, so do not talk. The manager tells you, you just got to do what they tell you to do, you know, otherwise they'd be like, yeah, bye, don't want you anymore. So false alarm happens, we go about our business. Weekend, had the weekend off, done what I had to do, came back Monday. The two neighbourhood officers that are normally in, that told me this news on Friday, weren't in. It was a topic at my workplace. Tuesday happened and it was just a normal day. Yeah, the day goes by. Then Wednesday, I walk into work, my lovely manager is there. She's like, person, whoever, well, neighbourhood officer called whoever, has been tested positive for corona. I'm like, gee, I don't even know how to react. I'm like, oh, it's been tested tested negative and positive. So I'm just like, wow. And obviously I was thinking, wow, like me and him get on, like everyone talks to him, he touches the printer, he touches the same door handles. So now the other neighbourhood officer that actually works in the same office as the one that was positive, that we got told about today, I was told that she has been told to self-isolate now. So I'm like, okay. I was like, but I've been in the same room as these two that are now isolating and actually has corona. I'm like, alright, I better not have corona, that's what I'm saying. I told my manager, she was like, but did you have your mask on when you was talking to them? I was like, no, I was upstairs, like I was in the room. I showed her how far I was. She was like, that's okay, you was over a meter away, but I didn't have my mask on. So it was like a bit of confusion because the whole guidelines is confusing. Like no one actually, you know, no one actually understands the guidelines fully. Well, the people around me anyway, unless we're just dumb. I don't know. So I'm like, okay. She's like, I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna report back to my manager, or no, her manager, and see what you have to do. I'm like, okay. Minding my business. I went upstairs, went into the room, showed her exactly how far I was again. She was like, okay, that's fine. She was like, 1 meter was like this, and showed me. I was like, oh yeah, it wasn't like that. So now, mind my business again, doing my work. Boom, my manager comes down, walks in, you gotta go home. I was like, listen, I'm stuttering. I just wanted to like laugh. I was like, I feel like I'm at school again, getting sent home. I'm like, oh, really? She was like, yeah, get yourself home, go. I was like, oh. She was like, you need to get tested, say you're a key worker, because I am. So I'm like, all right, cool. Got my stuff. I was stalling a little bit because I was like, oh, like, I won't get to see my friends anymore. I get in my car and I call the number to book a drive-through appointment. I've called it, but where I'm just like telling my family and stuff like, oh guys, I have to go home, my phone was popping off. So I literally was stalling. Finally got through to, was able to speak to someone. Long story short, she said, you ain't got symptoms, so you can't get tested. I was like, oh. I was like, but I've been around someone that's been tested positive. She was like, but you could have a test today, see that it's saying negative, and then in 2 days get symptoms and it will be positive. So you'll be going out thinking, oh, I ain't got corona, I've been tested negative, get symptoms 2 days later and be positive, yeah, be tested positive. So I was like, all right, so what do I do? She was like, you need to isolate for 14 days. I'm like, right. It still didn't make sense to me because, like, for peace of mind, you should be able to get tested. So I'm like, all right, call my manager, told her everything. She was like, okay, just work from home from this day to that day. I was like, okay, cool, call me if you need anything, blah, blah, blah. So, I get home, I log on to my work laptop, and I'm speaking to the other lady that has to self-isolate as well, and she has said that she was able to get a booking, like an appointment to get tested, and I was like, but how? Because I wasn't able to. I was like, right, how do you do it? She sent me a link. I was like, oh, okay. So it was on the government website. So bear in mind, I called up and they said you can't get tested because you have no symptoms. Went on the website, I put in that I don't have symptoms, but I'm a key worker. It allowed me to have an appointment. It's very quick. There were so many slots for today even. So I literally went as soon as I finished work. I drove there. I was really, really scared. I get there, it just looks so scary. Like there's all these white little gazebos and stuff. I'm like, wow, I didn't really know what to expect, because I never thought I'd be the one to go and get tested, because I never thought I'd be in that situation. You know, you just like, you hear stories of people having that done and this done, you never think you're going to be put in that situation. Sign saying keep your windows closed. I was like, so how am I going to hear the man speaking? So it's not corona, guys, it's not corona. He does this, he didn't even move his lips. He was just like, Literally, I was like, okay. Done that, and I actually put my window down a little, like tiny bit, and he was like, okay, just follow it around if you've got a booking. I was like, okay. I followed it around and then got stopped again. Mr. Man, he wrote down my number plate on the iPhone and then came to my window and showed me, like, oh, is this you? I said, yeah. He was like, okay, do you want to do it yourself or do you want someone to do it for you? I was like, I want to do it myself. Because not gonna lie, you know when you see people videoing their friends getting it done or whatever, because I saw a video of someone getting it done, they videoed their friend. I'm not getting someone else to do it, like, no, and no, I will do it myself. So, drive up to Bay 1. There's like 4 or 5 bays. I'm seeing some sexy boy, yeah, and some young girl, like a young pretty girl. I'm like, is this what their job is? Like, if it is, I want to do it. So the boy comes up to my window, starting to get flustered and shit. There was a number, he was like, call that number. I was like, okay. And I was like, and say what? And he didn't hear me. Then someone answered the phone, and another pretty girl, like there's bare pretty people working there. Another girl came out, and I started like busting up here, because I didn't imagine to see someone on the phone when you call them on the phone. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not normal. She was basically explaining to me what I had to do with the test, and then she passed it through the window. I had to put my window down and she passed it to me. You drive up a little bit more, and then you've got like all these people in you know those light up massive security coats. You've got all of those people. He told me to reverse Bay Park. Imagine if I couldn't do that. In my head I was thinking, I better not hit one of these cones, because me and my parking, if you've been in my car, you already know I have to get people to park my car for me, because parallel parking is just not for me. My friends will know. When you're in the passenger, I tell them, listen, tell me how to park this. Bay parking, I'm actually good at, but you know when you know that people are watching you, you're thinking, shit, I'm gonna mess up. Reverse Bay Park, and then someone comes up to my window. My window's kept closed, so it's up. It's like no air's coming. Oh! Can you see that? So someone comes up to my window, and you know those funny people that just have that funny aura? Straight away I just started busting up, yeah, because I could tell he was like a joker, and he was just being so funny. He basically was like, right, you see that, yeah, open it. Like, he was just being so sarcastic. Like, you know, it's simple things that you've got to do, but his job is to come to your window and explain. And yeah, he was just funny. And then he was like, oh, your cheeks are getting rosy. I was like, yeah, because I'm getting flustered, mate. He instructed me how to do it, and I done it. And he was like, right, so what you need to do is before you leave, drop it in there. Went to the next bit, dropped off my thing, went home. Now I'm actually waiting for results. My mum said we're having a family meeting. Haven't had a family meeting for ages. So now we've got to have a family meeting about this. I'm gonna keep you guys updated, because if I actually have corona, because you can actually have corona and not know you have it. So imagine I've got it right now. I'm here busting up, joking around, but I actually have that little virus. Yeah, let's just hope I don't have the virus. Why I got tested, because, you know, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you stay safe. And I'll keep you guys updated. If you've got any questions, if you're feeling nervous about going to get a test, honestly don't. You're not gonna lie, I clean my nose with a cotton bud. I don't actually pick my nose out. I get cotton buds, and I think I was kind of used to the nose one. It didn't really like make me gag, but like when I was doing the swab, like you could feel that you had to gag, but it's not like you need to gag. It's not bad at all. So don't worry. If you've got to go for a test, it's fine. Stay safe, y'all. Peace out.